Okay, hello and welcome to this week's weekly reading vlog. Here are the books. Here are 4 books. Now, I'm not committing to reading all 4 of these, but these are the 4 that I would like to read. And I've kind of picked these 4 out to have a bit of a theme this week of just like YA fantasy. These are all pretty basic YA. 3 of them I've read before. Yeah, so it's not going to be anything amazingly detailed or special, but I'm hoping to get through them quick, have a good read, and basically just have a good time. The first book, and the one that I'm definitely starting with, is Clockwork Prince. I've been very slowly rereading the Cassandra Clare books that I've already read when I was younger, and I'm up to this book. I'm reading them in publication order. So yeah, this is the one that I'm starting out with. I have read 2 chapters of this. I'm kind of reading along but also listening to the audiobook as well, because the audiobook is on Scribd, so it's nice and easy. And yeah, this is Clockwork Prince. It's book 2 in the Infernal Devices series. As I said, I've read it before, so I know what's going on. I know the basics of it. I don't remember it like in amazing detail, but I know I enjoy this series. I know I enjoy Cassandra Clare and her writing. So our basic thoughts for like long term with this, I'm rereading the books that I've read to read the Infernal Devices and the Mortal Instruments series. They're the 2 that I've finished previously, so I can continue on with the rest of the writing. There's like another 10 books or something that have come out since I like stopped reading, and I want to start again. It's a good time, it's a lot of fun. We deal with shadow hunters who are like half angel, half human, and we deal with like demons and downworlders and all sorts of things, and it's a good time. This one is set in London in the UK in 1878, and it's just a fun time. Honestly, I enjoy it, I have a fun time. I'll probably talk about it as I go through, but obviously I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, as it is book 2 in a series. So yeah, no spoilers will be given for this one. This is the one that I'm going to read first. Then we have Twilight. I still own all of the Twilight books, but I haven't read them since they came out. I thought I'd give it a go. I actually don't think I own all of them. I think I own like all but one of them, but I'm not sure which one I'm missing. I think it might be like Breaking Dawn, maybe? I'm not sure, but either way I own all but one of them still, so I just thought I'd give it a reread. Is it worth it? Am I going to reread all of them? I don't really feel that strong connection to the books anymore, but when I'm ill, rewatching the Twilight movies is like quite a comfort, so I'm wondering if I will still enjoy the books or not. But either way, I think, you know, at some point this week hopefully I'll have time to read through this, and this one I'll be physically reading as I haven't come across an audiobook for it. So yeah. Then I also want to read Cinder. This is another one that I've read before. I read some of the books in this series, but not all of them. And I think I read the first 3 books, potentially the first 4. Not really sure exactly because I don't have the best memory. But there's now like a couple of books in this series that I don't even own. So I'm definitely not up to date and finished with this. This isn't a complete series. I don't own the complete series, but I do own like 2/3 of it. So yeah. This is about a cyborg, and it's basically this book, book 1 in this series, is a Cinderella retelling, but set in New Beijing with the main character Cinder being a cyborg. It's a lot of fun. I remember really enjoying this. I really hope it stands up to like all of the like amazingness that's in my head remembering reading this. So yeah, and I'll be physically reading this one as well, I think. There are audiobooks available for this, but my library doesn't have the audiobook for book 1 of this series. It only has the audiobook for like books 2 and 3, I think. So yeah, I mean, I will check when I go to pick this up if it's available in the library, if it's available on Scribd, but I'm pretty sure I can't get easy access to this one without buying the audiobook just to listen to that. And then last but not least is Percy Jackson, Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Hero. So this is kind of like the second series set in the Percy Jackson world, and I recently reread all of the like first series because I'd read that one before, but I never continued on, and I'm really excited too. These are aged up a little bit. It's definitely made for a slightly older audience than the first one. The first one is kind of like very late middle grade or very early YA. This one is like proper YA, or so I've heard. I've never read this one before, but I am really excited to. And this just says there's 3 new heroes, 1 missing demigod, and a curse that threatens to destroy them all. So yeah, I think we're going to see some of the old heroes that we've been with and seen in the previous series, but also meet a lot of new characters and a lot more information about the world now they're a bit older and can tell us a bit more about what's really going on. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. It will be a first time read for this, and I have currently got access to the audiobook for this one on the library, so I think I'm going to give that a try, but I haven't really decided how I'm going to like read it yet, how I will actually consume the book, because I haven't listened to any of the audiobook and figured out if I like the narrator or not. So we will see. But yeah, that is the 4th book. So yeah, altogether, these are all the books. I'm just going to be catching up now and again when I'm reading. So, book 1, Clockwork Prince. I'm going to read the back of this, maybe, am I? No, I'm not. Right, the back of this spoils some of what happens in book 1 of the Infernal Devices. I'm going to come and bring it to the screen. If you want to read it, you can pause it. So, here is the back of the book. That is the description for what I'm going to be reading and what happens here. Pause it now if you want to read it. But yeah, except for that, I think I'm just going to be like telling you what I think, what I feel, what kind of star rating, and keeping it pretty light for this one. The rest of them are all first books in the series, so I will talk specifically about those, but for this one we're just chilling. It's a Cassandra Clare book, it's Shadow Hunters, it's going to be a fun time, and yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so I am like a good chunk of the way through, like over halfway through. I'd roughly guess 60%, but I haven't calculated that at all, of Clockwork Prince, and I love this. I'm loving the book, and I'm also loving how like floppy this paperback edition is. But yeah, having a good time with it, really enjoying it. I don't remember the Infernal Devices series as well as I remember the Mortal Instruments series, so it's so fun watching this and like reading bits, and as I'm reading I'm like, oh yeah, like this is happening now because this is going to happen in a little bit, and I'm kind of, I remember enough of it to know the basic story, but like as I'm reading it I'm remembering more and more of like what's going to happen. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, really enjoying it, like the characters in this, like the story and how fast paced and easy it is to follow, and overall I'm just having a good time. So I'm going to keep reading, and I'm kind of hoping I might finish it tonight, so I'll probably just check in when I finish it. But yeah, it's so good and so big, and yeah, like it's just a fun time. Honestly, these books are just a fun time and a lot of fun. So yeah, okay, I finished this book. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I had such a fun time reading it. No, it's not like the best, but it's such a fun story. It's such a nice story. Well, is it nice? I don't know. It's such a nice story to like go along with. Like, there's just so much going on and so many characters that you're like genuinely like, and so many different perspectives. And yeah, to say it's a YA book, I think it's written so well, and like the amount that you get from it is just so nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm giving it 4.5 stars, as I said. So yeah, that was Clockwork Prince, which is book 2 of the Infernal Devices. But now I need to figure out what I'm going to read next, and what I'm leaning towards reading is Cinder. This is the one that's just kind of calling out to me and that I want to read, so this is what I think I'm going with. Cinder, a gifted mechanic in New Beijing, is also a cyborg. She's reviled by her stepmother and blamed for her stepsister's sudden illness. But when her life becomes entwined with the handsome Prince Kai's, she finds herself at the centre of a violent struggle between the desires of an evil queen and a dangerous temptation. Cinder is caught between duty and freedom, loyalty and betrayal. Now she must uncover secrets about her mysterious past in order to protect Earth's future. This just sounds like it's going to be so much fun. Obviously I've read it before, so I know that I'm going to enjoy it, but I really don't have the best memory of this series. Like I read it once, and I think I read it once like when book 3 came out, I think I read like books 1, 2 and 3 back to back, and like I haven't picked it up since. So really excited to like reread book 1 of this series, and I'm really hoping it'll be a good time. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get into bed, give this a read, and I'll just check in as and when. I'm not going to do spoilers for this, but I will tell you how I'm feeling, so yeah. Okay, I'm at chapter 20 of Cinder. I really need to get to bed, but I thought I'd do a quick check-in just to say how great this book is. Like, you love so many of the characters, you hate so many of the characters, and like the world building and the like scientific stuff in this is just so weird and interesting. And yeah, it's really great. I'm really enjoying it. We're finding a lot out, a lot about Cinder, a lot about the world, a lot about the disease, like everything. It's just really good. And yeah, I definitely remember things that like happen and are the case that mean some of the things that are being discovered, like I know like everything about them rather than just like the little tidbits we're getting here and there, which does take away from a little bit, but it's still so enjoyable. Like yeah, it's great. I'm really loving it. I'm gonna keep reading, probably in bed until I'm just like too tired to. But yeah, that is what I'm thinking so far. Okay, so late last night, early hours of this morning, I finished Cinder. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It's so good, it's so great, it's such a good story, and the amount of twists and turns and what you find out and how all the characters interweave together, and then like the mystery and the cliffhanger that it ends it on. Like honestly, if I didn't have like a set TBR, I would just be going and picking out the next book in the series. So yeah, that's that. I think tonight I'm going to listen to the Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Hero audiobook. This is book 1 in the Heroes of Olympus series, which is like a Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan series. There is the Percy Jackson, what's it called? I don't know, but it starts with The Lightning Thief. That's the first book in it. There is that series. I think it is recommended that you've read that one first, but I don't think you have to read this one first. But I think if you have read The Lightning Thief and the rest of that series first, then you'll get a lot more content and a lot more backstory out of this, and obviously a lot of the characters that we're meeting. So on the back it just says 3 new heroes, 1 missing demigod, a curse that threatens to destroy them all. What do you want from me? She screamed. What have you done with him? Annabeth, said the bald dude Butch. We've got to leave. Let's get these 3 to camp and figure it out there. Those storm spirits might come back. She fumed for a moment. Fine. She fixed Jason with a resentful look. We'll settle this later. She turned on her heel and marched towards the chariot. Piper shook her head. What's her problem? What's going on? Seriously, Leo agreed. We have to get you out of here, Butch said. I'll explain on the way. I'm not going anywhere with her, Jason gestured towards the blonde. She looks like she wants to kill me. I know. Hopefully it's good. I was thinking this was YA, but on the back it actually says 9+. I felt like I'd heard that this one was like YA, like the series before it felt middle grade, but this is like a big step up. So I don't know. I will online and on like Goodreads, that's how it looks, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'll have a read and let you know. So yeah. Okay, so this is the end of the video. I ended up having a really busy weekend. Yeah, I knew I'd got a really busy Saturday, but it ended up being really lovely weather this Easter weekend, so it was also busy all day Friday. And somehow it's 6 PM now on Sunday and I haven't read anything. And if I'm being honest, I'm probably not going to read anymore. So yeah, I finished 2 books this week and I'm probably about a fifth of the way into the Heroes of Olympus one that I'm reading. But I'm just going to put it on the back burner for a little while because honestly I'm just struggling to find the time. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, I don't know how, but I'm just getting less and less time to read at the moment. I'm busy anyway, and then like it's just been really nice weather recently, and the warmer it is, the nicer like walks you can go on and the more time you can just spend outdoors in general. So yeah, I think it's not surprising. Last year I averaged 8 books a month, which is about 2 a week. It must have just been that this year, January, February and March, we had a lot less plans than average. So yeah, it is going to go back down again now because I do want to go out and I do want to enjoy things. So I think probably not next month, but at least the month after, I'm going to really scale back and just try and commit to 2 books a week. Obviously I still have a lot of plans, so I'm going to try my best to, like, you know, the stuff that I've got planned out for like the next 3 or 4 weeks, I want to read the books I already in my head know I really want to read. So I'll still be trying to keep on top of my like higher number up until then, but any new books that I'm like adding onto my radar, I'm going to try and yeah, scale it back. There's only about 6 a month. Like the ones that are in my TBR game that I do will be the books that I actually commit to reading. And then maybe I'll pick 1 or 2 others just to see. But yeah, that's everything, I think. I had a really good time. I read some really good books and I'm really excited to continue on with both of the series that I read this week. And I'm also really excited to continue reading book 1 of the Heroes of Olympus that I'm about a fifth of the way through. So yeah, it's been a good time. I just haven't filmed a lot, so I hope this hasn't been too boring and too just like chatting to the camera. Hopefully you've still enjoyed it, and I'll try and remember to take my camera out more with me next week. So even if I'm not reading, hopefully there'll be some nice visuals and things to see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Give the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!